too
I'm
slow.
using my brother-in-law's Twitch instead.
Alright.
And
Well, hello,
see.
Internet. We are live. Welcome to session 8. Oh, it seems like a lot more.
You're saying like
Doesn't it?
seems like it takes forever? Is
No, I mean, it seems
that a
like
good thing or a bad
we've had a lot more sessions. I don't know. Probably not to you, Max.
thing?
But yes, welcome to session 8 of our Exploring Suferia campaign. I'm very excited to get in. So, why don't we, I feel like other, actual real professional Twitch streamers, start off with, 5 minutes of announcements. So, um, why don't, Aramis, would you drop a link to the Discord in the Twitch chat? So we are all on a Discord server called Fellowship of the Tables, and that is where this Twitch account came from. We have games on Sunday night and Tuesday night streaming on here. Tuesday night we're running a Rise of the Rune Lords port to 5th edition at 9 o'clock Eastern. So, like this, come back on Tuesday. If you don't, then don't come back. Problem solved.
I had no idea that was a thing that we were doing either, so I'm gonna have to tune in for that.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to run Rise of the Rune Lords for like 2 years, but I refuse to use Pathfinder rules. Just not gonna happen. So yeah, I'm somehow gonna port it to 5e and see how it goes. Should be fun. Yeah, so feel free to come on over to the Discord. There's lots of other games going on besides the ones that we're streaming here. Lots of cool people there, so check it out. Alright, enough of that. So, my tradition as a GM is that I roll a die at the beginning of the session to see who gets to give us a recap of the last session. That looks like it's a Max. So, Max, why don't you give us a reminder of where we're at and what we've been doing?
Yeah, so we did have a few plot threads, at least to start out. We kind of wove together near the end, but I was off learning from my grandfather about why he'd been disgraced or dishonored and what I might be able to do to get my family's name back into good standing. Meanwhile, some of the party, I think it was Savan and Supaklu were at the training range.
Cole.
Cole. I knew I get it wrong. Savan and Cole were at the training range, and after a small mishap with some sort of illusion spell where Cole thought he killed Savan, brief
That wasn't a
panic
mishap.
was
That was
averted.
on purpose.
Yeah, it was a prank. Okay, it was a prank. But panic was averted, and you were able to explain it to a really nice researcher from what's it called? The Garden of Knowledge or something?
Field of Knowledge.
The Field of Knowledge, who's going to be looking into some stuff for the party. And then we ended up having dinner at... Skipping ahead a bit, we ended up having dinner at Erkarin's mansion in the city. And it didn't go completely terribly, but the man who'd hired the party previously to look into some issue with his inheritance was required to go and talk to them. And so there might be some more problems developing so far as these nobles wanting or having an interest in his inheritance. And that's about all I remember.
Yeah, I think that about covers it. You did go sleep for the evening, and then met up, and you then followed up in the morning requesting the ones to go and investigate the this mysterious vault, which seems to be at the center of all this madness. And now I believe the four of you, or at least some of you, are headed to go and talk to a very good friend of Sivan. So let's pick up there.
I do wonder if it would be wise for Godric to come with us.
Are you saying that in front of Godric?
No. I'm saying that behind your back.
Probably easy enough to do because I'm trusting by nature.
It is a seedy part of town. I do not know how well he will do there.
I mean, that's a fair assumption. I mean, if we want to split off, I can go with him, and if you want Cole to provide you backup.
I mean, honestly,
Whatever.
you might be better in the seedier parts of town than I would.
Not a bad point.
But then again, neither Godric nor I know the city very well, so we might get a little lost.
He can come. I just wonder how it will go.
As I recall, the last time you all had a chat with Alhorn, Supaklu's summary afterwards was, that guy was a little slimy for my taste.
Sounds about right. Should we do it anyway for the laughs?
I mean, is your contact gonna get a little weirded out by someone like him coming?
Potentially.
Mm.
If he doesn't say anything, then it will probably be fine. But I guess I should warn him beforehand if he is going to come with.
Or we could have him stand outside and guard the door.
I like the way you think.
Okay,
All right.
we have a plan.
Well, on our way, I will still say to Godric, just so you know, this is not the nicest part of town. So perhaps it would be best if we all kept our heads down.
Why exactly are we going to this part of town again?
I have a contact here who may be able to help us.
Upsetting to know more about the disreputable elements of this area. You need to stay among them. But I
Exactly.
think I take your meaning.
There are
Do
also
you?
good people in disreputable areas, Godric.
Very true. Me, for instance.
Of course, but they aren't disreputable for the good people staying there.
Okay, so all four of you are going then?
I suppose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Looks that way.
Just to double check, because my memory is terrible, I'm going to ask about the bombing, right? And what he's heard about it. That was what
So
I was doing.
the last time you spoke with him, you
I asked about Creed.
asked about Creed and about Danvin. No, sorry, about Creed and Nira. He didn't recognize either name, but he said he could look into it.
Right.
And then on your way out, he asked you what you knew about the bombing. You told him you didn't know anything, but you were going to be looking into it. And he told you basically to watch your back.
Okay.
You've done very well at watching your back so far.
Yeah.
All right. So you all begin to make your way over that way. Supaklu,
Yes.
as the four of you are headed that way, you glance down a side alleyway, and you, out of the corner of your eye, you see like a flash of light.
I'll shake my head, try to like clear it out.
Uh, as you do so, you kind of blink and look down that way again, and you see what appears to be some sort of a shimmering portal, much akin to the
Portal.
ones that you've seen previously.
I'll stop. Do you all see that? Am I seeing things again?
Do
You
we see
all
it?
you all look down. It looks like an empty alleyway. There's a couple of pallets on one side.
See what?
Just
Why
an alley.
don't you guys meet me, or why don't I meet you guys at the place?
Are you all right?
Yeah. I just think you know how I said I have an itch, and I want to sort of
Right.
get away from the city. Well, this is something
Right.
like that. I think I need to. Can't explain it. I'll fill you in later.
All
Okay.
right. Be careful.
Must be some sort of itch for community service, like he's gonna break down those pallets to have them recycled. Very responsible of him.
All right, I'm gonna go towards the alley.
Definitely that.
All right. So the rest of you are continuing on your way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sapaklu, you head down into this alleyway, and there's like a brick wall at the end of it. That it goes to a building that's several stories tall. It looks like, but right smack in the middle of this brick wall, you're seeing this blue and white shimmering light.
Can I like reach out my hand to it and try to touch it?
Yeah. You reach out, and as your hand comes into contact with it, you immediately get this just wave of like adrenaline and dopamine, like feels good .jpg type of thing, and it disappears.
Oh, oh, ooh, ooh, huh. There's nothing there anymore.
Nope, just a brick wall.
Uh, do I still feel the dopamine,
Um,
or is it just like an instant thing, or does it go away?
it goes away after like maybe 30 seconds or so.
Whew, man, that was. Oh. Okay. Can I just see if there's anything like out of the ordinary here?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Investigation.
I mean, you kind of scour around. You look under the pallets. There's you're kind of inspecting all the walls. Nope, you're not seeing any loose bricks. Thing looks pretty ordinary.
All right, I will jog back to the group.
Okay. uh, the other three of you are heading down the street, and a few minutes later, Supaklu comes in and catches back up with you.
That was quick.
Yeah, it turned out to be nothing. It was, I can't explain it, but I've been seeing things, and it's just, I thought I saw something, but it really wasn't anything.
You feeling all right?
I think I might be on edge a little from the hallucinations.
Considered having your eyes checked. Maybe it's just a problem with your eyes.
I have a great
Maybe.
neurologist I can refer you to.
What's a neurologist?
Oh my god.
You'll
I've
find
heard
out
someone
when we
ask.
get there.
Is that like an herbalist?
Sure.
A physician?
Mm-hmm.
You said it with the accent, so I assume it was in character.
Sure, it definitely was.
All right. So you all make your way to the Nice Bowl Tavern,
Nice ball.
which is where you had met Alhorn previously. You all going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Godric, why don't you and I guard the door here, and Savan and Cole can go in. It is one of the seedier parts of town, so maybe it's best that we make sure that no one ambushes us in there.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
One of these days.
Sipaklu, go ahead and make a deception check. Just make it with advantage, though, because you're mostly telling the truth.
We're good anyway.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, he seems very concerned about this area and the type of people that are around here.
Excellent idea. We can run it if it sounds like they need help.
Perfect.
You're so suspicious, but so bad at reading people.
It's my curse.
One day it'll work.
And
One day.
it's not like he has a penalty to it. He's just rolling really badly every time.
Every time. What? Me elbow deep in some villagers. Be like, wait a minute. He's not possessed by an evil warlock.
He's just a villager.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, Sivan and Cole, you head in, and Alhorn's table back in the shadows. You approach and find him sitting there in the shadows, watching the room and watching you approach. Sivan, he looks at you, and you can, as you approach, you can see his eyes are looking a little wide, like he kind of gestures for you in particular to come and sit in the booth with him in the shadows.
Okay. Can I insight check why he's so
Yeah,
wide-eyed
go ahead.
to see me? All right, here goes, guys.
Roll with intention.
Okay, I am intending to actually pass this check. Insight.
14.
See?
Okay, I'll take it.
You don't know Alhorn super well. I mean, your arrangement with him basically is that you you kind of got a feel for him to know the kind of things that he deals with, and then you particularly asked him to be on the lookout for those particular people whom you might be interested in keeping tabs on. In addition, and then you also mentioned more recently Creed and Nira. He seems concerned for your well-being.
Fuck.
Yeah, so you're sitting down there in the booth.
Yeah.
He
I
says,
follow behind her.
okay.
You look concerned, my friend.
He says, I am a bit. For you in particular, on multiple fronts. He says,
Why is that?
unfortunately, I've been unable to find out really much of any information about this Creed or Nira. Nira in
Okay.
particular seems not to be a known figure. Somebody mentioned a tanner who lived outside the city by the name of Creed, but seemed to be a pretty normal person. Nothing out of the ordinary came up. However,
Okay.
I do have some other information which I might be able to provide you with, should you be interested.
Okay.
About, and he kind of looks over, kind of gives a side glance to Cole, and then he says about the other people who are keeping tabs on.
Okay. I would certainly like to hear that information. What is it going to cost me?
He says, this is certainly information that you're going to want to hear. I would say 25 gold.
25 gold. You're such good friends, though. You seem very concerned about me. Perhaps we can work something else out.
What do you have in mind?
I mean, not 25 gold. Just a little lower. We are friends, are we not?
He kind of crosses his arms. Are we?
I thought we were.
You have requested information of me. I have provided it on occasion.
I thought we had a rapport going.
Make a persuasion check.
Nope.
You didn't roll with intention.
I'm sorry. I'll do that next time.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a particular thing in my notes. Of course, it's one of those things. There it is. Okay. He says, I mean, if you wanted to establish a less professional arrangement, we could certainly talk about that. But I mean, you're purchasing my services. That requires gold.
It was worth a shot. Okay, we'll pull out the 25 gold and I will give it to him. I'm no longer at 69 gold.
Oh, the horror.
Campaign cancelled.
No, God
Yeah.
Venmo Savan 25 gold.
Alright, so he kind of takes...
Thank you. He understands what is important in life.
So, yeah, he takes the gold. Well, thank you. Is this something you wish me to speak openly in front of your friend about?
Side note. You said I had asked him about specific people previously,
Mm-hmm. So
as in not like
uh,
as in backstory people.
yeah. You send you
Okay. Cole, would
Let
you
me
do me a
send
favor
you
and just go?
something quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? 20. Sometimes you disappoint me. I will send it to you on Discord rather than risk accidentally
Okay.
not whispering it like I've done before.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay. Yeah. So, Cole, would you mind checking on Supaklu and Godric for a moment?
I had a feeling.
Insight. No, I'm fine.
That's what I.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Let me know if you.
Yep.
I'll get up and make my way out.
And you know what? That was visible on stream, so I'm going to clear that out.
Oh. Well. Don't watch that part, guys.
I not want to let me clear that.
He doesn't want to know.
Clear current chat log. There it is. Okay. So Cole steps outside and he he leans. I mean, yeah. So I mean, they're gonna know what the conversation is anyway because,
That's fine.
but it's out of character.
Unless you want to hop into a different chat channel and whisper.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
that
want
messes
to
with
start
the
the stream.
stream. So we'll just.
Alright.
It's too much technology stuff to figure out. Your characters don't know. That's what's important.
Yeah. So he leans forward and he says, "There is a member of the Silent Eyes who has recently arrived in Mindrin.
Which one?
Her name is Razira. You know of this woman. I can probably fill you in on it more later, but yes, she is one of the people who traveled with you. Half-elven woman. He says, I don't know a lot about your relationship with them. However, I assume that you would not want to be surprised by running into her, or you wouldn't have asked me about them. He
I would
says,
very much like to not encounter her.
I do not believe that she is here for you. He says, my understanding, and you know, she's obviously good at hiding what she's doing, but I'm also good at finding out information. And she's on some sort of job relating to children. That's as much as I know.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Do you know where she is staying, where she has been seen, places I should avoid?
He says, I do not. I lost track of her after she left the dock area. She came into Mindrin from a ship 2 days ago.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. for the information.
And thank you for the gold. And it grins.
You are welcome.
Now,
A separate.
if
No, you go ahead.
if you wanted to have a less professional conversation, I would be open to that as well.
Insight check. Is he coming on to me?
Go ahead. Roll an insight check.
Oh!
Look at that. A little bit. He might be interested in, if you're really, if you want to get more information out of him in the future, he might be willing to take advantage of that to get closer to you.
You should punch this guy in the face.
Okay.
Play into it.
Before we dispense with the business talk, I do have another question, actually.
Of course.
I have not been able to find out much about the bombing. I was wondering if you had come across any information about it.
He says people are being tight-lipped about it. I know that tensions are high. There are certainly there is anger on both sides from the guard and from followers of Welena. Accusations go back and forth. It's not leading anywhere good.
Okay. Well. All right. As for everything else, we should get back to it. I have some matters to see to in light of this information.
I understand. Very
Another
well.
time, perhaps.
You know where to find me.
That I do. And they leave.
Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Cole and Sepaklu and Godric. A few minutes later, Sivan comes back out.
Everywhere we go from now on, I am scanning and looking for Risira. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And the second I see her, I'm out.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. I really hope I didn't use my one good roll for the night.
You think I'm Rosira in disguise?
I whip out my... Oh, crap. I don't even know what bladed weapon I use. A sickle. I use a sickle. I whip out my sickle.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
Alright, you keep your eye open, sort of.
Second roll was an
Just one.
18. Okay.
About that time, Sepaklu, you get one of those in your head messages. This appears to be from Captain Raid, and he says, Iron Eye, if you all are serious about going and investigating the vault with me, Lord Akaran has approved such a venture. Please meet me at the North Gate if you're still interested. That's probably more than 25 words, but
You're the DM. You can say it was 25 words.
yes, it was definitely 25 words.
I will relay that message to the group.
Excellent. Let's go.
That's nice.
As we're walking, I will ask Savan. So, what do we know?
Not much, unfortunately. He was not able to tell me really any useful information about Creed or about the bombings.
Hmm. Your inf-
What was that, Sapaku?
oh, I said, and he's your information guy.
He is, yes.
It's usually better than this.
Usually,
I hope you didn't pay much for that.
no. Not for that information, no.
Was there something else? Remember, you messing with a lot of coin there.
That was a separate private matter that it's old news. It's fine.
Anything we should be aware of? Keep an eye
No.
out. And if you
All right.
insist.
Just we've got your back if you need us.
I appreciate that very much.
Patrick, make an insight check.
Hmm.
Come on, you know how this goes.
Yeah, right. Hey,
Yeah.
that's not
Oh, do
bad.
I have to roll something?
It is possible, no. But Godric, you do notice Savan looks a little bit nervous. I think that's fair.
All right, noted.
Alright, so you all make your way out to the north gate, and you see Captain Raid is there with a squad of soldiers. He greets you as you walk up, and he says, "It's good to see you again. Lord Akaran has mentioned that you know what? Stay here, man." And he says, "Please step aside here for a moment."
All right.
Gestures for the four of you to walk over a little ways away from the other men. And he says, Lord Akaran is in a bit of a sticky situation here. Technically, this is really not an official city matter looking into this vault. He is prepared, if necessary, for the guard kind of motions back to the other soldiers to accompany me. However, it would cost him some political what I'm looking for.
Capital.
Capital, thank you. It would look much better if he were to instead hire an outside adventuring party such as yourself out of his own personal fund. As such, he has agreed that if you all are willing, you would be permitted to inspect this vault with me, and in exchange, you may keep any treasure that is found there.
Do you have the journal pages?
I do.
I'm sorry, Lord Erkarin is okay with us taking spoils from the vault of his wife's daughter.
His wife is okay with it as well. This honestly, these treasures, whatever was in there, she wrote them off long ago. She doesn't have a lot of need for trinkets and money from her former husband's life of adventuring.
So we get an adventure of our own. So are we getting an adventure of our own and we stop the misappropriation of city funds? What a win-win.
Oh,
Oh yes, that is so exciting.
17 on insight if he's honest about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Godric is actually very enthusiastic.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, actually, he seems. I mean, it seems like this is on the up and up.
I mean, that only means that he thinks it's on the up and up, right?
Yeah.
He can't be given a tell if he doesn't know that if we all are gonna get double crossed.
Right. Well,
Inheritance shouldn't be taken outside of the family, but if they already denied it to Nira, then suppose what else can we do with it?
I mean, the next
Hold
step
on.
is trying to find her.
May we discuss for just a moment? And I will pull them aside. She was demanding reparations yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Whenever it was that we had that dinner, she was demanding reparations, and suddenly she's okay with 4 strangers raiding her child's vault. I'm saying this very
Yeah.
quietly.
I kind of get the feeling it was less to do with someone getting into the vault and Creed getting into the vault yesterday.
Hmm. I definitely think it's suspicious as well.
It's possible she honestly thinks that somebody beat us there and there's going to be nothing left.
Oh, so then she's trying not to pay us at all.
Or it'll be something that's going to completely blindside us. I don't like it, but I don't know that we have an alternative.
We could try to
In my opinion.
negotiate for an alternative fee structure absent the contingency of goods.
Godric the lawyer.
Would you like to say that again, but in common?
We can negotiate to have a base payment in case there is nothing to take.
That's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea.
Godric, you should pitch this.
Yes. Wait. Yes.
He's the one that understands the fee structure and the...
Yeah, I got no idea what any of that means, but so sure.
Yeah, why don't you negotiate?
I'll bow my head. What was this guard's name again? The captain?
Raid.
Raid. Captain Raid, surely we appreciate the opportunity to be along on this adventure. But our time and our security aren't worth nothing. Should it be the case that there is nothing in the vault, me and my friends here would have to insist upon some level of base pay.
He says, understood. It won't be a problem. For Lord Urkarin, money is nearly no object. His concern and his wife's, Lady Urkarin's concern, is finding out what happened to her daughter. That is the everything.
Excellent. Now, if we can just get that reassurance in writing, we can be on our way.
In triplicate, please.
Can we get a council to peer review it?
This is brings a new meaning to rules lawyering.
He says,
Soon, lawyering, this is business.
He says, I am but a captain of the guard. I am no arbiter or legal representative. If you feel that this is not a fair deal, then I will take the guards, and Lord Akaran will expend that political capital.
No, it's an excellent deal. I just want to confirm it. Where are we? We're still inside of the city, right?
You're like standing at the gate. So 20 words. So there is, by the river here, there's a small portcullis on either side that allows people in and out of the city to head up to the mines. And
Okay, so it'd be a while.
Yeah.
It'd be a while just even to get back to the other end of the city. I'll extend my hand and say, fine then. At the least, gentleman's agreement that you will vouch for upholding this agreement.
He looks at you very steadily in the eyes, and he says, "On Lord Akaran's good name," and he shakes your hand.
Good enough for me. Thank you.
Okay. The rest of you are good with this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
All right. He says, "Very well. Here are the journal entries, and you all have access to them now." He says, "Razorfall is up the river, several hours journey. It is another waterfall, and the entrance to the vault is hidden behind this waterfall. Apparently, Razorfall was some code name that Lenoran and Lady Urkarin and Reslin had come up with long ago."
So they weren't able to clear off these ink smudges at all, looks like.
No, that is apparently has been on there for a very long time.
You all tried taking it to a librarian for that. Sometimes page recovery is a necessary skill that they learn.
He says, "I'll keep that in mind for next time. But now I think that we should be off." All right. So you all head up the river and up into the mountains.
At the first sign of any singing, I'm going to cover my ears.
Make a perception check. You hear Captain Raid hum a little tune. Nothing.
That's all right.
Okay. All right. Well, you head up the river. You pass the path that headed out to the east toward where Vegagar's crew were doing their work. You continue on, heading north up into the mountains, and it passes without incident. It's not a super pleasant day for walking. It's as mentioned last time. It's a little bit overcast, a little dreary, but it's passably nice walking along the river at least. Everything goes without incident, and eventually you all arrive at a modest waterfall. This is, maybe 20 feet high, and it appears that there's a ledge a slight ledge going out onto the cliff face. But, I mean, you can't really see beyond where the water's rushing down, but Captain Raid says this appears to be what was described to me. I believe that this is it.
All right. So I couldn't read these notes very well. Did they say it was behind the waterfall there?
It is, yes.
Does it look like there's a path along the cliff heading that way?
Path would be a little bit generous. There's a ledge. It's, probably 2 feet or so. Looks like it could be a little bit slippery, but it could be traversed.
All right, well, I'll pull out my 50 feet of hempen rope. Buddy, grab on, I guess tie it around your waist if you like, and let's see if we can't get along this path.
Wait, what are you tying the other end to? Are we just tying it to each other? Because then if one of us falls, we all
Then
go
we
down.
all fall.
Well, I was hoping we'd all catch the one person, but I don't know. We have those climbing spikes as well we could attach them to as we go.
I mean, it'll take some time.
We have time.
Fair enough. All right, we can go along the path, and as we go every 5 to 10 feet, we can put it in spike.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who is helming that effort?
Not me.
I've got a 0 in survival.
So that's
Papa,
survival.
who has the climbing spikes, otherwise Cole probably would.
I think survival is probably a reasonable check for this.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm used to the wilderness.
Right.
Okay, that's an intimidation roll. I got that.
You're gonna intimidate the cliff face.
You get in there, Spike. You get in there now.
Oh, look at that!
Damn.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Cole scuttles out there, and before you can say lickety split, he's got several pittons hammered into place, and it looks pretty secure. You all follow behind, so Cole's out in front. Who is behind Cole?
I will be.
Okay. And then
I'll take the rear.
okay.
All right, I'll go next then.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's get you on a map.
Ooh.
This bodes well.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get off this ledge?
So you all begin to move in. And
Be sure to update your token health if you need to. Mine apparently didn't sync.
okay, so you find you press past where the water is crashing down, and sure enough, as promised, you find a small passageway leading into the cave face. It is cool. It is dark as midnight. Cole, you cannot see anything.
I'll pull out a torch
Okay.
and ignite it.
All right. So,
Can I check for traps?
yeah, you're gonna step out in front of Cole.
We're like in the cave or passage, right? We're not on
Yes.
the cliff face then? Sure.
Mm.
Yeah, sure.
I'm glad to let you make the dexterity saves before I do.
My dex is okay.
God, my dex is pretty.
So perception for traps?
Yeah, that's fine. Should all be able to see now, or maybe not.
Okay.
Just 1 second. Sight. Trying to figure out why none of you can see anything. Oh, Cole can see.
I can see like up to here.
Sivan cannot see anything.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can?
See up to here.
Oh, that's
Just
interesting.
move my token to see if it moves the light. Okay, yeah, it looks like it does.
Huh. When I click
I'm
on
good.
you and on Sivan and ask roll 20 to tell me what you can see, I get a black. But if you're telling me you
Oh.
can see, then we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, so 14 on your perception. At this point you're not seeing any traps. Everything,
Okay.
seems cold and damp, but nothing jumps out at you.
All right.
You keep your eye out going forward. Certainly more than you were in the city.
So it looks like I can see 15 feet out, and the torch says it reaches 40.
Oh, I set it to 20. But I can get it to 40.
Well, technically, it's 20 bright and 40 dim light. So
Oh, 40, 20. There you go.
yay.
Cool.
And Cole, why don't you make a perception check while you're out front too? Okay, good to know. All right, you all go ahead and make your way in. As you are keeping your eyes peeled, Cole and Sivan, wow. You looking around, you glance up and you do see along the ceiling of this cave there are definitely dozens and dozens of bats clinging to the ceiling.
Oh, good.
To the point that the roof just seems like it's sort of undulating black leather.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess let's be quiet.
It's probably for the best.
Quietly move forward.
Okay. Keep
Okay.
Mr. Raid with you. Make stealth checks if you're trying to be quiet.
I'm supposed to
Ooh.
be good at this, so we'll see.
I gotta check. I think chainmail does give disadvantage on stealth, correct?
So
Yeah, all
yes.
heavy armor
Yes.
has disadvantage.
Is that a nat 20 and a nat 1?
Yes.
Boy.
Cool.
6. Nailed it.
Cool.
Same. I'm supposed to be good at this. I
Let's
am
see.
proficient.
Natural 20.
To be fair, I don't have any armor to worry
19.
about, so
Let's see if the bats particularly care. Okay. You all managed to creep along. As you do so, there's one bat which kind of very suddenly jumps off of the ceiling and kind of flies back out the way that you came in, but the rest seem to be undisturbed.
okay.
You make your way further in, and you come to a section of wall that seems like it's sort of constantly twisting and contorting, kind of fracturing into many stones, which are as you approach, sort of forms into this image of a toothed mouth. And it says, "Who goes there? State your name and state your claim."
Look back to the party. What did the note say for this? Or did it say something?
I'm gonna step forward.
No.
Oh,
My name is
I'll stop
Godric
him.
Lex
Put
of House Lex.
Can I stop him from saying that?
Yeah. How would you try to stop him?
Put my hand over his mouth.
Godric, are you gonna resist?
Yeah, I'm gonna resist. It asked me a question. I'm gonna answer it honestly.
All right. Let's do this as an athletics versus dexterity. 'Cause you're not really trying to. Well, yeah, we'll go with a straight grapple check.
No, I try to oppose with athletics.
Yeah, you can oppose it with athletics.
So what am I doing then? Dexterity, strength,
Athletics.
athletics?
Yeah. You only have to beat a 21 though. So you go to reach up and grab Godric. What do you do?
I just take his wrist and I like kind of snap it like away from me, almost like turning his body. And I step forward next to Savan and I continue reciting my titles and my familiar relations.
Okay.
Step back.
So yeah, you give this long list of names. I'm picturing Game of Thrones, like
Not quite so long. I haven't
Yeah.
done much yet, but yeah, it's decent.
yeah. Defeater of the Gauntlet, finder of my grandfather.
It's really
yeah.
not really that impressive when you come to think of it, but I am proud.
But the mouth surprisingly seems unimpressed, and it says, "No son of mine would speak as such."
Who has the papers?
I'll look around at the party amazed. I never claimed to be a son.
It's a spell, Godric. We have to say the specific words to get in.
I'm gonna say that I had the papers,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'll
fine.
shove the third page of the journal that we have and point to the paragraph where it says, "You will hear me ask for your name and your claim. Give the darkness your name, Nero, and remind it Akine will not repeat himself." I would do it, but this is as low as I could make my voice.
Wait, wasn't this designed to
fair.
permit entry only to certain people?
Yes, but if we have
Yeah.
the password, then it will be fine, hopefully.
And asked us a question. I don't want to answer it deceptively.
All right. Either of us can answer it.
Want to charge straight into this kind of thing. We don't know what kind of magic is involved. I'll give it a shot. I'll head back towards the door.
Okay.
Nero, and Khan will not repeat himself.
As you say this, the mouth that had formed on the wall opens wide, and for just a brief second, you see this what seems to be a huge toothy maw, and it looks like it's about to leap out of the wall at you, but instead it turns into a doorway. You may
Well, that was easy.
now walk through. Whoa, hang on.
Wow.
Hang on.
Oh, it's up there. No?
There we go. Okay. Oh, nicely done.
Ooh.
All right. So before we keep doing this, we have pages that tell us what we're supposed to be walking into here.
Page 2 is the map.
Yeah. Page
And that
3
will
that
show it to all of
says
you.
once.
Something about 2 statues.
Yeah. Once you see 2 statues in the antechamber, it is utmost important that you your blah 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 their blades the first time you enter. The blood will show me my he not fail to do so. So it's very clear what we need to do here.
Yeah, we need to de-yo your redacted
That you
to show your he,
Yeah. It does say blood though.
which makes me feel like we need to prove that we are blood related, which is going to go super well, guys.
Hmm.
Well, does it say his blood?
The blood
Or
will
just
show
blood?
my he, which could be heritage.
Oh.
The blood will show my he, which could be heritage. I said that in character. Something, not fail to do so. Probably do not fail to do so, or you will die.
I
So.
should probably actually show these journal entries on stream. People
That's a good
know what
idea.
you're talking about. So, and why don't, just for the sake of the stream, why don't we talk a little bit about, just real quick, how you got these, where they came from.
So we were hired to by Dan Van Perch to look into his father, who left behind these notes along with saying, "Find Nira." And so following these notes seem to be describing the inheritance left by Wrestling Kine, who is Nira's father. But apparently, because Nira was born female, she didn't qualify for the inheritance anymore. And so Creed has these pages. Now we have these pages.
Yeah, and
That
here you
seems
can
to
see
describe
you
how
can
we
see
get
this. Here's the section that they're currently trying to decipher. All right, sorry, continue.
And that's pretty much it.
Well, there's something we need to do, and if we don't do it, it's going to be bad. But we don't know what it is. We know it involves blood and swords.
Well, I can see stone up ahead, like smooth stone, looks like. So I guess we'll see once we get there.
Okay. So continue to make your way in. The earthen floor here gives way to worked stone, and soon enough the corridor spills you into a dismal chamber. Statues bearing rusted suits of plate armor are stationed just beyond the door. Hold on, stop for a second.
Stop.
Each of the plates of armor, each of the suits of armor are holding out a blade in your direction. There are two of them. Just, center this stream. The back of the room opens into a circular area held aloft by a central column. More statues caked with mold, dust, and spider webs line its walls.
So, do you think we need like blood on the swords, or I don't know? These magics are weird.
Yeah. If it is heritage, then
Maybe.
it's not going to matter if we put blood on the swords.
If we're here, might as well try the first thing that I can think of, which I'll step towards the statue.
Okay.
I'll step towards the other one, I suppose.
Okay.
Try to stand between you guys.
Okay.
I'll
Statues.
hold out, guess pointer finger on my left hand and just kind of prick it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll slice like the palm of my hand.
That's like the worst part. Come on, man.
You know, the sensitive part where all the nerves are so you can feel things. Yeah, I'll cut that one.
And the part where you hold stuff, yeah, that's great.
It helps
Okay.
me focus.
It's also
It's
like
fine.
super annoying. I've had a cut on the palm of my hand before, and it's so annoying.
It's canon. We can't take it back.
Okay, so
Okay.
you both get a little bit of flood of blow. Wow, flow of
A little bit of blow. Oh,
Yes, a flood of blow. A flow
Jeez.
of blood.
We're doing some drugs on this stream.
One hell of a vault.
You get a little bit of a flow of blood going, and where are you dripping it?
on the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sword and blood.
Could get
So
from the
let's
note.
put some blood on the sword.
So
As this is happening, I'm going to take my oh crap, what is it? Symbol of faith or whatever, slowly out of my pouch and just have it ready just in case.
okay. So you pull out your symbol of Wilena.
Yes.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay. Jade steps up next to you, and he draws his he's got a long sword that he draws, just kind of ready for action.
Why would he do
Yeah,
that?
I'll draw mine too.
Okay. So you each drip a little bit of blood onto the blades, and there's no reaction.
Huh. Well, turns out maybe neither of us are his son.
Really, what gave you
Spoiler.
that idea?
Or maybe it'll stop it from being a trap. I don't know.
Did
Other
it
things
say
that could have
anything?
happened, nothing seems to be on the good side.
Can I
That
look
is
around and see if I see any traps visible?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Oh, I had clicked off of the chat window, so when I flipped back, I saw the natural one again. I went, oh no. But
Oh. Nope.
okay.
20 total.
No traps. Aside from the obvious, the suits of armor definitely seem like they are, not traps per se, but there's definitely something going
Could
on.
spring to life at any moment.
So the note said there were 2 statues, but I think I can see 6 in here. It might be more outside of where the torch reaches.
So you're stepping forward.
Oh.
Just take a look.
All right. As soon as you step into that square, a rattling din fills the room, directing your attention to the 2 statues, with the swords. Their swords start to shake, and until they are free. They come free of the statue's grasp, floating in floating in
Step
midair and tumbling in your direction. And just as you turn to face those, you also hear a terrible screech coming from this direction. I think you can see that. And you see another suit of armor from the center of the room moving towards you. And let's roll initiative.
Oh, I forgot to click. But I did so
Oh.
well for once!
That's fine. I'll keep your roll.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I mean, I would have kept it if it was bad too. So
True.
I don't know how kind that is.
Swords.
And I think before we start this fight, it would make sense to take our 8:30 break.
Sure.
Let's do it.
You guys knew you weren't getting out of here without a fight, right?
Of
Oh,
course.
I'm very happy that we're not.
What if we just need someone's blood? It's too late now.
You very well might get it. All right, so we'll come back in about 5 minutes and pick up from there.
Okay.
All right.
I was trying to cuddle with Sophie, but I got too annoying and she ran away.
Aw.
I love her too much.
She went and bead free.
She did bead free. This is our second to last game with Sophie.
Aw.
Not if you kidnap Sophie.
I don't think she'd love the 7-hour plane ride.
It's only 7?
Yeah, on the East Coast.
Okay.
Where are you moving? Wait, what?
Oh, I'm moving to Scotland for grad school. Guys, she's back. Sophie, come here!
It's an interesting move.
Yeah, it's like literally any country is cheaper for college than the USA.
Well, I
believe
did
it.
college. Now we're doing grad school. Look at her!
What are you getting your degree in?
Acting.
What is it?
Classical and contemporary text.
Ooh, fun.
So a very fancy, pretentious way to say acting.
Call it text? Why would they?
Because like classical text, like Shakespeare,
Okay. But you're
is what I'm studying.
you're doing the acting out of it, just the analysis of the text itself.
Right, but the analysis is a big part of it.
Sure.
If you don't like it, take it up with the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. Like,
I was just curious. I'm sorry.
Do you see this father-son team? They've taken a lot of Shakespeare's work and like reworded it in Old English. And like a lot of like different metaphors and stuff like suddenly come through when you use like the older pronunciations of stuff.
no, I have not seen that.
I watched like an hour or 2 hour like Vice documentary, I think it was, on them.
Cool. Do you remember what they're called?
No, let me see if I can find it real quick though.
Okay.
All right. Well, while Godric is not looking, let's kill off his character.
Yes.
All right. So the Flying Swords got 21 on their initiative. So
Oh no.
they are on
I
point.
was so excited to have the. I quit.
Oh,
Why?
come
Why
on.
do I play this game? Why?
That was a good one. Come on.
It was. I'm so excited to have the highest initiative, though.
All right, Cole. This one is coming at you. A 22.
That definitely
for
hits.
9 points of damage.
Ouch!
Ouch.
And then Sapaku, this one would be for you, a 15.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I know. I was saying I know. I'm pretty sure 15 hits. Yeah, 15 definitely hits.
Okay, so you also take 9 points of damage. Ooh.
It's fine. It's
Good-
fine.
good start.
Damage rolls.
Wait, you guys are level 3, though, right?
That's true. Yeah, we're the tanks of the group.
Yeah.
All right. Sivan, you are up next with your excellent initiative roll.
Okay, I'm going to just move there to get a clear line, and I will. Well, yeah, I will Sacred Flame.
Okay. Which one are you? What are you sacred flaming at? Just to clarify one thing, up here, this is the pseudo armor that just sprang to life as well.
Okay, I figured, but it is not the one who just attacked my friends. So I will Sacred Flame that flying sword, which I'm sure has terrible dexterity.
Gets a 16. So it saves.
Yeah. It saves.
Okay. They are rolling hot tonight. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Sivan?
No.
Sepakru, you are up.
All right, I will cast Armor Up Agathis.
Okay.
And as I do, icy thorns sort of like poke their way out of my skin. And you can see just sort of like little tiny, barely visible thorns just like growing out of my skin. And then I'll just hang out there.
Would you just throw the spell card out there so we have it? All right, good. So you get 5 temporary hit points. Nice.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll
so-
cast it. Well, actually, wait, hold on. I can cast it at second level, and it doesn't matter because like I should just always cast it at second level because all my slots are the same, right?
Ah,
You're a
yeah.
warlock, right?
Level.
Yeah, I'm a warlock.
Yeah, so you don't have a choice at the second level.
All right, nice.
Okay.
So I get
So you get 10 points.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that Captain Raid is going to he is going to see that I think he's going to see that you all have engaged with the swords, and he's going to try to cut off this guy here. So he's going to, with his longsword drawn, he's going to charge up. Open his character sheet.
We need to make sure he doesn't die. He's the one that gave us the verbal agreement.
Oh shit, yeah.
Don't worry, I can swear on my honor that he gave that agreement. We'll be good.
Oh yes. Right.
That's as good
right,
as writing.
Great.
He takes 2 big hacks at the pseudo armor. He gets a 15 on the first one, which hits, and a natural 1 on the second one. So
Which hits?
no.
Himself.
So he
Don't give him ideas.
hacks into the armor and then goes to pull back to swing again, but kind of loses his balance a little bit and has to kind of catch himself. Maybe the sword kind of caught in the armor a little bit, and he had to yank it to pull it back out, so his second swing kind of got gummed up. But it does take 6 points of not entirely. Okay, Cole.
That hurt. I'll back up a bit.
Okay. It's gonna take a swing at you.
Okay.
Whew.
That hits.
Yeah, so take another 3 points.
Low damage roll, though.
Another 3
Yeah,
points of
that's all right.
damage.
Because now I will pull out the diamond I have, kind of focus a candle flame that grows into a fire, and I will twin cast Chromatic Orb
Okay.
Ooh.
at that sword and the suit of armor.
Okay.
So for
Is that an attack roll? I think it is.
the sword an 11.
11 does not hit.
The armor 14.
Also does not hit. The sword, I mean,
Fantastic.
it's a pretty thin target to hit. You know, it just kind of spins sideways so that the blade is, you know, as thin as possible, and the orb just misses the suit of armor. The orb just kind of splashes off of the shoulder piece and doesn't seem to have done any damage.
I'll back up a little more.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, Godric.
Man, okay, so I see that the sword has nothing to do. Share up to the suit. I'll handle the sword so it doesn't come in for our squishies. So let's go up to that and let's I guess I'm gonna aim for the sword. Usually I'm trying to get around my enemy's sword.
Yeah, I imagine it's very strange.
Yeah, and cool. Yeah, so I'm going to long sword it.
Okay.
Okay, and I think everyone froze.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you have a shield out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's why you're doing it one-handed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Like, you're not used to trying to damage your opponent's sword. Usually, you're trying to put down this vile vermin who dares stand against you. And, so,
Right.
You know, the sword just seems to be blocking your attacks like an opponent would block with their sword.
But it's weird because like that's what I'm trying to hit, so I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's very weird.
All right.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. The Vault of Armor. You see, it's fisted. It's a metal gauntlet come up and form into a fist, and it is going to take a swing at Captain Raid. But he very deftly just steps back a little bit, and it completely whiffs. Okay, the swords are going to take a turn. And so one is going to hack back at you, Godric, for a 9 to hit.
Absolutely not.
Very easily block it. And then at Sepaklu, who is hoping this hits.
Hit me. Oh, not like that though.
Okay, it's only 9 damage. It's not too bad. However, what happens when it does hit you?
Takes 10 damage back as the icy thorns under my skin sort of explode out into a shower of thorns around me.
Nice.
And I still have 1 temporary hit point, so I can still use it.
All right. Yeah, and so the blade of the sword is definitely gets tarnished a little bit from that, and it I mean, doesn't really react in pain, but you've definitely done a significant amount of damage to it. Okay, Sivan.
Okay. I am going to try this again, but this time at the suit of armor, because I think perhaps it will not be so dexterous. So,
Okay.
Sacred Flame
All right.
on the suit of armor.
Okay. It does indeed fail.
It takes 3 whole damage.
Yay! All right. So what does that look like?
So I have already had my symbol of Wilena out. I take a moment to call upon Wilena, and then I thrust it out in front of me, and out comes this burst of radiant energy that slams into the chest of the suit of armor, and with 3 damage, probably does not make much of a dent, but does something. Maybe there's a little scuff.
Yeah, it's got a little scorch mark. Okay, Sepaklu,
That's it.
you are up.
Alrighty, I am going to pull out my dagger and make an attack.
All right, put to it. An 18 will hit.
Stabby stab.
Yeah, you catch the blade right where it meets the hilt, and you deal a mighty blow with your dagger, and it comes a little bit loose, like it's flopping around a little bit, but it's still just holding together.
Sweet.
Okay. Captain Raid is going to sorry, I'm trying to interpret his sheet. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I see. Okay. He's going to continue to hack at the suit of armor. A natural 1 and an 18. The 18 hits. So he does another 7 points of damage to it. Okay. Cole.
Okay. I'll step up and again try twin casting Chromatic Orb. This time at just the 2 swords.
Okay. I'm picturing Neo in the Matrix when he's got the 2 guns and he's just
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, let's do the top one first. That hits.
That's 9 fire damage.
Okay.
And bottom one.
24, that also hits. For
Noise.
15
fire
fire
damage.
damage.
Oh, damn.
Wow. So Sepaklu, just as you pull back from your blow on this blade, you feel heat whiz past your ear and just completely engulf this sword. And the sooty remains of it clatter to the ground. Godric, you also see a blast of flame and light hit this sword. It does not fall to the ground, but it is in rough shape. There's not much left to this sword. It's pretty crispy. And it is
Cool.
your turn, Godric, unless you have anything else, Cole.
That's good.
Okay.
So I'll seize on that distraction to make my attack.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
So 9 damage.
Yeah, that does it.
So I imagine like the sword like wobbles in the air for a second when it's hit by the chromatic orb.
Mhm.
And I take my blade and I hit the point in a big arc down towards the ground, grab the handle on the far side, and bring my sword over again to shatter the blade.
Okay. In the meantime, the suit of armor is going to try to recover and whack at Captain Raid again. rolls another natural one. I was rolling hot at the beginning of this fight for everyone, and now I'm rolling terribly for
Right.
everyone. Okay. So the swords are up, but they are both dead. And Sivan.
Once more with feeling. The sacred flame.
Gets a 15.
Yeah, that saves. Never mind. But I shoot Cole a thumbs up. That was pretty impressive.
Thank you. We've been practicing that one.
12 seems low for your spell save DC, is that right? Plus,
I think it is because it's 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom, right?
So you have a 14 or a 15 in wisdom?
Yeah,
15.
and 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right then.
Alright, just double checking.
Can't wait to hit level 4.
You're not level 3 yet.
I know.
Okay. Sorry.
After this, I should be.
It'll go up one
Hint.
for your wisdom ABI, and it'll go up one for at the next level for your proficiency bonus increase too.
Proficiency goes up at 5.
Yeah, no, so it goes up one next level, and it goes up another one the level after. Oh well, 2
She's
levels from
level
now because
2.
you're 2 like
Yeah.
me. Yeah, never
Yeah.
mind. You got a long road ahead of you.
Anyway.
So do I.
Okay, so Sepaklu.
All right, I'm gonna move up to be in melee with the suit of armor, and I'm gonna make an attack with my dagger.
Okay. 10 is not gonna do it. Yeah, I picture this thing like it's already, parrying blows from Raid, and as you step up, it just starts sort of sweeping back and catching your blade at the same time.
Happens.
However, maybe that will give Captain Raid an opening. And he
Ooh.
crits.
It does.
Nice.
So the armor, whips its blade back to parry your blow, and Captain Raid just comes underneath it and catches the armor right in the side, and the whole thing just crumples over and
Nice.
collapses to the ground.
Are we out of initiative?
You are.
Say, I want to come over here and investigate the sword on this statue. Make sure it's actually a statue. Make sure the sword isn't gonna fly out or anything or loose. I'll like yank on it a few times.
Okay. Make investigation check.
We're good.
Actually, you pull in this thing and it doesn't move, but I mean, it seems pretty identical to the ones that just came to life. You're pretty sure this thing is. You don't know what the trigger's gonna be, but it's gonna do something.
I'll let everyone know. It's like, hey guys, like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but pretty soon I think more of these are gonna start coming to life.
We should keep moving then.
Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry.
No, we did what we could. We thought it was the right thing.
I have a quick question. What time is it? And like when we started, was it a new day?
When you started this session, it was a pretty new day. The only thing you had done was you went to the station, the lightning rail station, and left a message for Lord Rakaran. That was at the end of last session.
Okay.
I
So
don't think
I
you
didn't
used any
pick-
disguises at that point.
What? Oh, I just hadn't picked any spells,
oh,
but I feel like it's kind of disingenuous to pick them now that I know what we're doing.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you.
But-
You can resolve that how you wish. Trust you.
Um,
I think it's only fair that you randomize them.
I'll tell you when we were
randomize
walking,
them.
when we were still in the doorway, I did switch my, I think, heroism to Shield of Faith.
Okay, well then I feel better about taking detect magic then.
Again, not based on any like clues or anything. I was like, you know what? I probably would have prepared this instead because I think it's a spell.
And you would have known that we were wanting to go to the vault if it was
Yeah.
possible, so.
Right.
Okay. So cool.
Although you
Alright.
you didn't really come to that group decision until after you got together and would have picked your spells probably. But that's fine.
Yeah,
You
it had nothing to do with coming to the vault for me though. It's just generally, I think the Shield of Faith is stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay.
All right. So, what is the plan?
Well, let
Okay.
us look at the map. Okay, so there are 2 armories that lead into the Grand Chamber. And there is a Strix, which we never found out what that is, but I think he said somewhere that if you touch it, you die. So maybe we don't go into there.
Yeah, probably wait for that.
You must not touch the Strix. Oh, not before you utter the words Mitandai de Aldoras Maer. I hope your mother keeps you up on your elfish.
How is everyone's Elvish?
Terrible.
Captain, do you speak Elvish?
Afraid not.
Good.
Well, I guess luckily it's written right there.
Hope so.
Well,
Well, do we head to the
hopefully.
rat passage first then? Or do we just want to go straight to the dangerous one?
Could go right and then work our way around. It says there's some sort of weapons here to pick from. Assuming no one's been in here.
And would we have noticed, was there already any blood on the swords before we were there? Either dried or really?
Nothing. I mean, you don't see anything that seems to be blood, but I mean, it would have been many years since Nero would have entered or Creed or
Okay.
So to the right?
Yes, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized I was muted still.
So, Sepaklu, you have your familiar with you, right?
Not currently.
Oh, I got so excited.
Oh, okay, so it's currently disappeared.
Yes, it's currently somewhere else.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. So
I'm just never gonna summon the familiar, and then everyone can just be very excited and never get to see it.
So Cole, as you're stepping into this hallway, you start to smell a very foul smell emanating from the room ahead of you, like something very long dead.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's something dead up ahead.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent. How?
I will continue heading forward, kind of bracing my nose and also looking for traps if I can.
All right, make a perception check. A 10. Okay. You continue to make your way into the room. You do see the corpse of some dead beast on the ground here. An alcove along the northern wall up here has crumbled to the floor, and the mountain is sort of caved in behind it, blocking any further passage. You see weapon racks lining the walls on the west and east sides here. They are largely barren. The displays seem to have rusted. The weapons that were displayed there seem to have rusted away to pretty much nothing. There are red mounds of powdered rust sort of littering the floor where each weapon would have been.
Can I go over to the creature and see if I can tell how long it has been dead?
Sure. Make make a medicine check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's dead, guys.
It is super disgusting. I'll read you this sentence of description. It says, "The corpse is curious, if not off-putting, reeks of offal, and lies in a mound of dried blood, bile, filth, and powdered rust. It's the size of a large dog and vaguely insectoid, with 2 large antennae, a forked tail, and an arched back formed by overlapping plates of chitin. It's hard to tell really how long it's been dead. It's foul.
My medical opinion is that this is gross.
You do see, however, a sword sticking out from two of the plates of sort of natural armor, and the sword has blood, like a black, brackish blood splattered up all over it.
I'll take the sword and wipe it off on something.
Okay. You go to pull it out of the corpse, and it springs to life.
Oh, good.
So
Great.
we are going to roll initiative again.
The sword springs to life, or the corpse springs to life?
The sword springs to life. Thank you.
Okay, great.
So hanging antecedent.
Good, because if this
Hey!
creature, if it's what I think it is, and if it came back to life, that would not be a good time.
That's meta knowledge. You can't use
It
that.
is.
I mean, he's not using it technically.
God, my initiatives.
Wow, that's not. There they are. One also on the weapons rack. There's one left there that hasn't completely, you know, rusted away, and it also springs to life. So, what's this for now? Some initiative. All right. So, Sivan, I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Thanks. Okay. Well, Since it's right on me, I'm going to pull out my mace because I have one of those,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to.
Got it.
That's my sound effect.
Good job.
Oh,
I've never used this
word.
before, if you cannot tell.
It's a warning shot. Good warning shot.
Roll
That is
20
my third.
hates you tonight. What did you do?
Yes. Roll20 always hates me.
Oh
I
my
wish I could use
word.
my pretty dice that I have spent so much money on, but alas.
You know what? I will let you roll your dice if you would like. I will allow this.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, I'll be right.
Hey, can I use the awesome metal dice my girlfriend got me for
Yeah,
Christmas?
yeah, you guys can all roll your dice if you like. I'll trust you.
You've unleashed the dice goblins.
I was
Oh,
just
God.
gonna ask, are you just saying they can physically roll the dice? Has nothing to do with the game. You're giving them like
We are permitted to roll them.
you can roll them. It has nothing to do with the game, but yeah, you guys can roll them.
Yeah, it won't count for anything. Venture begin. No. Okay, I'm not gonna sing.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay.
You could do 7 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna wait for Sivan to come back before I attack her.
I'd say it should be under fair
I'm
use no matter
listening.
how long. We're not making money on this.
Only if we parody it.
No, you had fair use for non-economic reasons.
All
The
right.
shit show begins.
Ha!
Hi. I'm excited.
Well, I hope you remain
Nice.
excited because I think that the other flying sword is also going to come over and engage with you.
Oh great, I love it. Yay.
Since you kind of took the initiative and walked in and started messing with stuff. Second. I will say that Captain Raid would be in the room. I don't think he would be leading the charge here, but okay. So, yeah, these two swords are going to hack at you. First one
Miss?
gets a 9 as it is flying out of the way of your mace attack, so you distracted it at least. The second one also gets an 8.
Yay.
So yeah, I think that you're.
See, my dice are already bringing me good luck, guys.
Yes. So, your swipes are not landing, but it's causing the swords to dodge out of the way. I feel like we're missing somebody. Oh, you know what? I did not roll for Captain Raid. Silly me. Good, great, good job. Alright, Sepaklu, you are up.
Alright, I can move through my friends?
Yes.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll move to the other side of this. And then I'm going to make a dagger attack.
Okay. 12 does not hit. Very
Alrighty.
easily
There a
dodges
flanking
out of the
bonus
way.
there? Don't remember
Yeah,
what our
actually,
call was on
yeah,
that.
it would give you advantage though, and a 14 still doesn't hit.
Okay.
Okay. Captain Raid is going to step up here and try to dispatch this thing. 4 points of damage and then a miss. So as it dodges out of the way of Sepaklu's attack, he manages to land a good solid blow on it.
Is he also flanking with Savan?
Yes, he would be. So that is also a hit, giving him a 12.
Yay!
So he does 16 points of damage to the sword, and it is very bad shape. One more hit is clearly going to end this thing. And Godric, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to maneuver around to here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take a swipe at this floating sword deal.
Go ahead. And this would be with advantage as well.
Nice. 25.
Yeah, let me double check. Yes, that hits.
Alright,
You
good.
rolled too high, it misses.
Right. It's like I would have decapitated someone wielding the sword, but that will do it for me.
7 hit points. Okay. Alright, Cole.
I'll take out my staff and swing down at this sword in front of me.
Okay. 23 also hits. 4 points
4.
of damage. And it is toast.
Yay.
So yeah, I imagine you just kind of break it. You break it right in half with your staff. Okay, Siwan,
Okay.
with your powerful new dice.
Yes. I roll with advantage, yes, because I'm flanking.
You do indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna show you my dice first because they're so pretty.
Ooh,
Is this one? And this one.
nice.
I'm just very excited about them. You hear that quacking?
Oh, yes.
All right, that's a 12 and a 17 plus with the mace.
Yeah, that hits.
plus. Sure. Okay, so that is 1d6 plus 1. That's a 6.
6 points of damage.
6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, and so I think that you're hammering down on this thing, and little chips of steel are flying off of it. It's still holding together, but it's in pretty bad shape.
Guys, it worked with my real dice.
Right.
I'm so happy.
Oh, the advantage helped too.
That too.
What's your bonus with your mace?
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Yeah, you wouldn't have hit with the.
So the
without
12
the
would have
advantage.
hit. No?
No, not on the sword.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, the 15 was for the armor. Okay.
They actually have a decently high AC.
Gotcha. They are
That's
pretty-
fairly high for 5e, actually. Well, like I said, they're small targets.
Am I an idiot? Okay. There we go. Okay. Well, it is going to strike back at you, Sivan. Let's see where the last one to hit it.
Okay.
It gets a 22.
Ooh. Okay.
That's 9 points of damage.
Yeah, so 22 does not hit.
Right.
9 points of damage. Okay.
Roll a deception check.
Roll a deception check?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, for what? Oh, for telling you that
Yes.
22 doesn't hit. Gotcha.
Convince the sword it doesn't hit you.
All right, Sepaklu, you're up.
All right, I will step up and take a stab at it.
Ah!
And this, I will say this is with advantage. You're technically not really.
Script, baby.
But it doesn't matter. You crit it on the first hit. And 4 points is just enough to finish it off. How do you want to do this?
I'll just stab it right through the hilt.
All right, and it is no longer flying about. It appears to have lost all its magical animation. Phew.
So I'm not feeling my best. Does anyone else need healing while I'm at it? Because I'm going to cure wounds myself.
I'm also not
Mm.
great, but I can keep going.
How much
you
are you
sure?
down, Cole?
On
I
a
know it's kind of
scale
meta, but I
1
got
to-
healing hands.
How hurt are you? Are you
I'm
very
just
hurt?
slightly over half. Let's see.
5 HP help.
That would.
I'll pop a healing hands on Cole.
Okay. You have 10 total, right?
For
I
5.
will
Yeah.
cure wounds at first level. Wait. Yeah, I can only cast first level. I'm level 2.
I was calling it healing hands.
Lay on hands.
Lay on hands. I
Ooh!
think I said healing
Yeah,
hands.
I knew
Whatever.
it.
9.
I knew what you
I'm
meant.
back up to full.
Nice.
Nice.
I
Still down
considered
9
rolling
HP. But
physically, and then I was like, nah. I'm
Very,
glad that I didn't.
you know, that's very
Roll 20 is trying
interesting.
to win you back.
I'm still down 9 health, but I'm okay for now because I can always just re-up my temporary hit points.
Are you sure?
I'm down 7 still, but I have enough HP left from level 3.
Yeah, I'll be okay for now.
Okay.
Save your
Okay,
spells.
if you need it, let me know.
I was gonna say if anyone needs it. Goddamn. Never mind. But yeah, I have cure wounds prepared also. So.
Captain Raid.
Right, Paladin.
Captain Raid says, I have not yet been damaged. I can take.
Well, aren't you cool? No,
Ow.
I do not say that.
He goes, I can take the lead if you would like.
Might be helpful.
Is there,
I'll be a step behind you.
is there anything else we need to see in this room before we leave?
What's down here in the south?
Yeah, so you look down there, and there appears to be a marble statue carved into the image of a man. Well, it's about as much as you can make from 20 feet away or whatever it is.
Do any of the weapons in here look like they're worth anything?
No. Those two are the only ones that were intact. Everything else has pretty much rusted away.
Okay.
Did the map say anything about a room to the south here?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna move up closer to the statue.
So for those who are following on the stream, there's the map that they're looking at.
There is a little, like, whoop, whoop, whoop on the map. That is the technical term. There's a little outcropping? No, chamber, something. A little thingy hanging down on the map, but no room.
So Sepaklu, you go to you and Godric are both checking out the statue. Yeah, it seems to be the image of a rugged man. He's wearing seem to be adventuring clothes. Standing in this recess, there is what seems to be a very small dragon perched on his head. It just seems to be watching you all. It's about the size of a cat. It has red and mauve scales. And it's just kind of sitting there very lazily, watching you all.
This definitely appears to be different from the statue. It's like a different color and everything. It's an actual dragon sitting there.
It is.
Hmm.
Huh.
Just watching us?
It is, yeah. It kind of cocks its head.
Can
you
I
see what color it is?
It's kind of like a
Red, right?
red and mauve. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a piece of like dried meat or something from one of my rations.
Hmm?
I'm just gonna try to like lean in and like flick it onto the statue's like arm or shoulder or something.
Okay. Yeah. It very very deftly snaps it up and kind of looks back at you, cocks his head again, kind of purrs a little bit.
I'll kind of cock my head back at it, just like everyone. It's probably best not to mess with this for no reason, don't you think?
Oh, what you got here?
Probably. For a little bit of prop humor,
Oh, look at that!
Perfect.
All right.
What is that?
a deflated dragon balloon. We
Perfect.
for Game of Thrones, my family had like a little party, and we got a dragon balloon
That's
that's
amazing.
just sitting there.
Pretty
So that
sweet.
was very apt. It's not really mauve, but
That's hilarious.
Well, so what happens to this thing if we leave it here?
do I get inspiration for that now?
Um,
Um,
It's
So-
still
if we
just on the
just leave the
statue,
dragon.
What'd you say,
not
Sven?
really doing anything, just sitting on the statue staring at us.
mhm. Just kind of watching you now, kind of purring a little bit at Godric.
Huh.
It kind of cocked his head the other way at Godric.
And there's nothing
What
else
do you all
besides the
think?
statue in here. Well, it doesn't seem to be a dangerous creature. Let me see here. I'll pull out a kind of dried, I guess, jerky is what we would have in rations.
Yeah.
And kind of lean down and hold it forward close to the ground.
Like trying to get it to jump down and get it.
Yeah, see if it
Mhm.
comes towards us.
Yeah, make yeah, it'll jump down and kind of tentatively approach, and you know, if you assuming you don't move, it'll grab the food and kind of scurry back up to the statue and kind of.
So what do I know about dragons?
Good question.
Roll a history check. Any of you can.
History. Anyone else want to roll?
I got a
Why not?
12 plus 2 for 14.
Okay.
History.
So this appears to be a pseudo dragon. It yeah, this is, I mean, it looks like a dragon, and it you know, probably is sort of dragon kin, but really it's just sort of a like a wood and cave dwelling creature, more similar to, you know, small, you know, similarly sized woodland creatures.
Nah.
It has the capability of sort of attacking or defending itself. Yeah, and I think that yeah, as you're looking at it, it it gives a little like chirping sound, and Cole, you sort of get like an image in your head of like go reaching of like more food in your bag. You're sorry. You get the image of your jerky that's still in your bag.
I'll pull out another piece.
And it kind of this time it very immediately hops down and trots right over to you, just purring as it gulps down another piece.
This bugger isn't shy about its food.
I wonder how long he's been down here. Does it immediately scurry back up to the statue where it was, or does it kind of
Not
stay
this
near
time.
us now?
It actually kind of comes up and rubs on your leg a little bit, like a cat.
Oh. Kind of reach down toward it. Kind of like feel the scales. I assume it's scales.
Yeah, it does have hard scales. You do spot appears to be a small collar around its throat with like a thin gold disc hanging from it. As you reach down toward it with your hand, it kind of pulls back warily a little bit, like not sure what you're doing.
I'll stop and just kind of see if I can move my head to get a look at the metal plate disc.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be like a name tag. You just catch some Elvish script on it, but I don't think you speak Elvish.
I do not.
No.
Let me see. Nope.
Oh, do you mention this to the group?
You speak many languages,
Yeah.
but unfortunately Elvish is not one of the one.
No. Huh. Looks like little guy's got a name tag here, but it seems like it's in Elvish.
Actually, I don't know that you would even know the language.
I can't read whatever.
I speak a few languages. I'll take a look at it.
You speak Elvish? That okay.
Hmm.
It says Elven, not Elvish, so sorry, kid.
No.
I'll
okay.
pull out another piece of jerky and just be.
I'll fight you.
Wait, we asked earlier if anyone spoke Elvish because in the letters it said
Yeah.
Said we would die.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Holding out on this.
Unfortunately, at the time, Godric was focused on the West Marches campaign.
I don't believe that. I'm also generally uninterested in these letters. I want to do things. Papers are boring.
You do recognize it is the word peck in Elvish.
Peck.
It looked like his name is Peck.
And how do you say that in Elvish?
Peck. Same pronunciation, just different characters.
Oh, I see. It's a cognate.
Is
Yeah.
that your name tag?
So you speak Elvish, but earlier I asked,
Yes.
can you translate for me? Mitandae al Duras Maer? I'll show it to you.
So this is from.
I'm a visual learner.
So I show it to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I read it.
Which page is this?
Page 1.
So, by the way, don't mess with the swords. If you leave them alone, nothing will happen.
Good to
Seems
know.
that way.
The translation is I am my father's son.
It says here, I am my father's son. Figured that's true for all males, isn't it? And I kind of look around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What else's son would you be?
I guess you could be adopted.
What if it is not your real father? Or
Then it's an adoptive
if-
father, not a father.
what if you have two mothers and you do not have a
Captain
father?
Raid kind
Or-
of folds his arms and he says, I feel like we've gotten slightly off track.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, kind of a theme.
Good point. I don't understand what the relevance of this paper is either, and I kind of shove the page back at you. No, I really just I don't want it.
All right, so I'm gonna try something, and I need everyone to not freak out for a second.
I immediately start freaking out.
My sword is half drawn, but I slowly slide back. Okay, fine.
Slowly move back with the jerky and see if I can get Peck to also follow me away from this.
Yeah, as
phenomenon?
Sophocles says this, Peck actually climbs up Aramis's leg and finds its way to your shoulder.
Who's Aramis?
Oh,
Sorry, Cole.
Oh,
Bad DM.
whose accent was that? That wasn't Savan.
that's my secret identity.
Who is Aramis?
There we go. So I'm gonna snap my fingers, and as I do, a skeletal, very similar to Peck here, a skeletal pseudo dragon appears on my shoulder. In his rib cage, you see just vegetation and lush vines, sort of circling around his bones. But very, very similar in bone structure to little Peck here. And I sort of hold out my arm, and he extends towards Peck.
That is incredible!
Yeah, I don't know. Something, I can't explain it.
Is that alive?
Make make an animal handling check for me. Just want to see how this comes across.
Who's making an animal handling check? I am?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Good.
So Peck is kind of he's acting a little shy. He kind of pokes out from behind Aramis's neck at this thing. He seems unsure.
Who's Aramis?
Oh my word! What is wrong with me? I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah, fair. All right. Does that thing have a name, I suppose?
I'm not sure. I don't know yet. I had to do a ritual to get him here, but I feel like he has a name. I just don't know it yet.
Have you asked him his name? That
I
might
haven't
be a
really
good
thought
start.
to talk to him, to be completely honest with you.
Well, try it.
I wouldn't know where to start.
I will go up to it and say, "Hi, what is your name?"
You you get I think I would have expected Sparkly to have a name for this.
Well, I I can still have a name.
Okay.
I just don't have I don't expect you to make up the name.
Okay. Yeah. What does the creature say?
He says,
So he wouldn't speak it out loud. Pseudo dragons can't
right.
speak, but I imagine,
telepathically.
yeah, it projects some image into her head. What would that be?
It's more of just like the underside of a leaf, and it's like a picture, but sort of like a very strong image of a shaded leaf or a shade leaf.
He says his name is Cletus.
I would have not pegged him as a Cletus, but I mean, and I would probably get a very strong image of it not being that in my head at this point. I think.
Yeah.
I think his name is Shadeleaf.
He definitely told me it was Cletus. I don't know what you're talking about.
So does he like put pictures in your head? Because I think Peck here sent me one as well.
Yeah, I think it might be a little different for me because this guy is sort of like bonded to me, and I'm not sure that little Peck here is bonded to you.
I mean, he did give him jerky.
I guess that's true.
What did he say to you in your head, Cole?
I think he was asking for more jerky, so pretty
Well,
basic.
there you go. You are bonded
Yeah.
by the jerky.
It's a true bond between friends.
What deeper
Is he
bond
also
could there
bonded to
be?
Godric?
Sorry, what was that?
We are made by the
So
jerky.
is he also bonded to Godric? Godric also gave him jerky.
Nah, that's cool.
Cole gave him more jerky, though.
And I've been around for animals like, well, not quite like this, but animals my whole life. Seems
Oh.
kind of natural.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess Shadeleaf can hang out with us for now.
Guess. Peck, you feel like getting out of this cave, maybe? I don't know if it can understand me at all. But
Yeah, so I think that it is still staring at Shadeleaf, and Cole, you get an image in your head of first the image is of Shadeleaf as you see it, and then that image transforms into like this fearsome beast, and then it switches back to Shadeleaf, and then it transforms again into like a timid little bunny rabbit. Like can't figure out what um oh, I'm not going to exposit on that.
so is Shadeleaf there like dangerous?
No, he just does what I tell him, I think. I really haven't, like, I cast the spell and then I sort of just magicked him away, I guess. He just sort of goes somewhere until I want to bring him back. But as far as I can tell, he just does what I tell him.
Kind of glance back at Peck. He seems alright.
I mean, he can also just he can go somewhere else if Peck doesn't like him.
For now, that might be best.
Okay.
No
Snap my
offense, don't mean
fingers. I
to
need us.
get rid of your friend.
It's okay. I have tons of time to talk with him.
All right. So yeah, I think Tech just kind of perches on your shoulder there, Cole.
Hey,
Finally got.
What is the plan?
Well, the doorway into the main chamber is collapsed on this side. Should we try and go through the other way?
I think so.
All right. Let us do that then.
Forward and onward.
Captain Raid says, "Would you still like me to lead the way?"
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Like back up behind him because I'm untouched still. Huh. Can I light a torch too?
Sure. Yeah, let me get that set up for you.
Yeah, that was like a whole thing.
Not on that screen. What? What did you say? It was 60-40 per torch?
2040? 4020?
2040. So bright light for 20, dim light for 40.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So I'll move into the next room. The air in this square chamber is heavy with the smell of metal. A tide of brown and crimson powdered rust spread their way across the floor. Swirls and streaks mark their way through the powder, including boot prints. Someone or something has traveled through here before. Stone doors occupy an alcove along the room's eastern side, and another exit leads to the north. Rows of rotted wooden racks line the walls. Whatever arms or armor once occupied them have been reduced to unusable bits.
Great. Well,
I will do a closer once over around here, just like to ensure that there's nothing useful among this.
Yeah. Stream. No. Yeah, you can. I mean, I'm not even gonna have you roll for it. There's really nothing there.
Such a shame to let good steel go to waste.
Actually, go ahead and make an investigation check.
8.
Yeah. There's nothing of use here.
into the main chamber then? We do not want to go to the Syriac thing.
Miss Savon, which way is the main chamber again, according to your map?
To the right, I believe. Yes, to the right.
Should we maybe see what's up here first?
No, I think it will kill you.
Well,
Okay
yes,
then.
we give it that Elvis passphrase.
Maybe we should go there last just in case we do die. You know?
Sure thing.
Yes, I'm very, very comfortable with not dying today. Looks like there's some sort of door or something here to the east.
Yeah, so, I mean, these doors are fashioned out of thick slabs of stone. There is a crest that has been carved into them, but there are no handles, and it's not at all clear how to open it.
Good. Start rifling through the pages to see if I find anything that will be helpful. I got nothing. Maybe we have to go to the death machine first. Maybe that opens the grand chamber.
Yeah, can I make out a Mitan de Aldoras Mayor in page 1?
You're
I
asking.
think we just
You're asking
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
can read it. I'm not sure what you.
No, yeah. Well, I know Elfish. I should be able to read it, but
Mhm.
it says until you utter the words Mitan de Aldas Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just got a translation for it. I don't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, it says I am
my father's
father's
son.
son. Yes.
Okay, right. That's it. Okay, yeah. Let's head up here, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
So in this room, it seems that the corner of this room has collapsed, and it appears that there was a large statue that used to stand there, but currently it's just dirt and stone and wreckage. The collapsed wall reveals a natural tunnel behind it, leading deeper into a mountain cavern. A large section of the ground has been disturbed here as well. A circle of bare earth close to 10 feet in diameter is rimmed by stones that once made up the floor.
I think someone killed the death machine.
Or stole it.
The what?
The death
The
machine.
Sryx?
Oh, Sryx.
Sryx?
Sryx.
Twix.
Damn elves. Their
Unless it's in
names.
that main chamber and I point back through the doorway.
This room right here is labeled 3x.
Maybe they moved it into the inner vault.
Do you have any ideas how to get in?
Well, this tunnel, if they
None.
knocked in this wall, then might have gone into the other chamber.
Do we all want to see where this goes?
I don't think we have a choice.
It's this way or we go back out.
Or we try and
Alright.
get into the main chamber?
Oh,
Well, there wasn't a doorknob or nothing there.
again,
We could
whatever's
try and
missing
break it
from...
down. We were sent here to determine, what's left, right? So shouldn't we see what is left?
I think if something from here is still in this natural cave, it was essentially left in this tomb still.
I'd say we know where this is, we can come back to it, and also, if somebody did come this way and take stuff out, we can at least see where they would have gone.
All right.
Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay, can you still hear me? No, I can't hear.
We're not saying anything.
There you are. Oh, well, that would be why I can't hear you. Okay.
Alright? We are waiting with bated breath.
Yes. All right, I suppose let us go on.
Okay, so you're pressing on down this passage.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so in here, this cavern is dark and drafty. Although the air is not quite as stale as you might have expected. Your light reveals an open expanse with natural corridors running to the west and east. Another corridor lies to the north, but it's been filled by a pile of stones which have ostensibly caved in from the area beneath it. Godric, what are you investigating? Anything in particular?
No, that's a misclick.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, think if we just follow one wall, we should get around to seeing all of this, right?
Yeah, and the vault was to the east, so want to head that way first, see if it does actually connect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you come out into another cavern. Columns of stone run along the cave, ground to ceiling with natural tunnels running in several directions from it. To your south, the light reveals another pile of crumbled stone. The path beyond it appears to be leading back to the vault.
There we go.
Yeah.
Whoever dug all this did a conclusive job.
Well, I think this is what we were heading for.
So, come to ancient. These guys. So you can tell as you begin to look around this room. This room used to be gorgeous. Stone pedestals, however, lie smashed to hundreds of pieces on the floor. There are shattered vases, torn paintings, broken glass, and the tatters of once beautiful pieces of art now lying in a mix of just filth and dirt all around this room.
Well, if more of these statues come to life, I think we're in good shape to cut them down to size, right?
Prefer if we didn't have to.
If you have a better plan than walking in and seeing what they do, I'll listen.
I do not.
Don't think the notes said anything about this room neither.
Not really. It just said this is where the treasure is.
Captain, since you said you weren't
Was.
feeling injured at all, you want to lead the way into this room?
Oh my god.
He nods and he says, oh, where is he? Did I leave him behind
It's up
again?
north.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Back there.
Yeah.
I'll give him a torch.
Yeah, please, I'll step in with you.
He will take the torch. Step in. All right. Yeah, he does not get very far into the room. before you hear just the most inhuman howl of rage. And stepping up towards you all, you see a woman, or at least what used to be a woman. Her flesh is now purple and green and taut around her bones. Her head only has a few slivers of long, scraggly hair left, and her right arm ends in a handless stump and shard of bone. She seems to have just been sort of wandering aimlessly through here, and she just spotted you all and just let out a horrible wail before she says, "How dare you enter my father's vault?"
Guys, I think we found Nira.
I was about to say the same thing.
Not sure what Creed saw in her.
I like the idea of you guys are just standing around like, look at her.
Oh my god.
Are we rolling
role-playing.
initiative?
I mean,
We could-
she has not attacked yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um,
Nira, your place on this plane shouldn't be. It is time for you to take your final rest.
oh, fuck.
Now
Yeah,
you can roll
I'm rolling
initiative.
initiative on her.
Wait, why do we not try to talk to her first? Can I try and... I guess I'm not near her.
If you beat me on initiative, but I think she should be dead.
We
She is
should...
dead.
In order for
So-
order to prevail, she must take her rightful place among the dead.
Okay. Where is... There it is. It's been rolling so well.
Our soldier.
Yeah, I got him.
So, if I can do something real quick, like as Godric is yelling out this challenge,
Depends on what it is.
just wanted to go over here and take Peck off my shoulder and kind of tuck him back behind that corner and say, "Stay here. This might get dangerous."
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm gonna step back.
okay. And yeah, it is your turn, Cole.
And now she's probably pissed and like moving to attack us. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, she just heard you all, or heard Godric say that she must die.
Right, as she must.
All right. Godric, we're gonna have to have a talk about you just charging into things. But seeing this freaked me out a little bit. I'm going to catch on fire myself. And then cast Scorching Ray at this creature thing.
Okay.
22.
You make 3 attack rolls for that, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, 22 hits.
Oh,
Oh,
Damn.
Jeez.
How do you want to do this?
it's the impossibility. Scorching Ray, by law, cannot hit all 3.
Okay. Yeah,
You
those
have broken the law.
all 3 hit.
Okay.
Jeebus.
Whoa, how many times are you rolling for damage there, big guy?
The first is
threes
Mantle
are
of
from
Flame.
being on fire. So that's 12, 26, 32, 35 damage.
Holy crap. All right. So yeah, you blast this undead thing. She's still up. She's looking she definitely took some bad damage, but she's not down yet. Whew. That's
That's
a
it.
heck ton of damage.
Woof.
Okay.
Can I go before the NPC? We rolled the same initiative.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Sweet. I'm gonna move to here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and see. Gonna go ahead and longsworder. 18 to hit.
Sorry. Yeah, 18 hits.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna drop another 2d8 on her for divine smite. This is radiant damage, so 12.
Okay, so 9 plus the 12, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
And if she's undead, that might be doing double damage. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, how do you want to do this?
I just stroll right up to her. It's only 15 feet, so I just take a few determined strides up to her. And as I bring my sword down into her shoulder, it glows bright white. And as it impacts, it just cleaves easily straight through her body. I say, Benton, let you rest.
Okay. And I think, let's see.
That was a cool boss fight, though.
Yeah, triple burning, right?
See, you had to go and say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sepaklu, just as you think that to yourself and you relax, there's a rumbling sound just behind you. And yeah, there's it starts as this gentle shaking at your feet, but in an instant the whole cavern trembles. A mound of earth forms and undulates before exploding in a spray of stone and soil, and in its abscess is a horrid insectoid creature the size of a horse. This bursts up right from behind you.
Oh, it's an
Okay.
I just used these on the West Marches.
It's got these fierce mandibles that are dripping something that's fizzing and hissing on the ground right behind you. Yeah, so I think that is a good place to stop.
Can I turn
No!
and just can I turn to Cole and just say, so you don't want me to charge into this, right?
I probably haven't noticed it yet, honestly.
Yeah, Cole's a
What
little,
the hell are you talking
Cole's
about?
a little preoccupied. Killing the crap out of Nira.
Yeah.
She was only a distraction.
I still have another level 2 spell slot.
What is its initiative? Okay. So, there, it is not going yet. It burst out of the ground, but, it's you haven't gotten to it in the initiative order yet. So we will pick up right there next week with Captain Raid.
No.
The Ankeg will go right after Sivan.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, that wow, that was interesting. Yeah.
Hear what's hanging back, thinking, "Oh, this is a safe place for me."
Mhm.
Yeah, Armis
Good.
Armis saved the big guns for big boss. But
Yeah, I still got another smite in me.
yeah.
So I do have to run right now. I actually have someone outside waiting for me. So
Oh, all right.
good game, guys.
All right.
All
Talk
right.
to
Had a
you
lot of fun.
later. All right.
Bye.
Well, next week we will pick up, and I mean, at least she got out enough that she told you, you know,
So we know
She
who
was.
Who she
yeah, we know who
was.
she was. Was about all you know.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Definitely
Cool.
going to have a long discussion.
I mean, she's clearly a monster. You know, it's hard to fault him for saying she's gotta die.
Yeah, but I don't have Speak with Dead yet, so I can't ask her anything.
All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
All right.
It was actually 37 damage.
Yeah.
Instead of
Oh, well,
35.
in that case.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
playing. We will pick. You're still on next week,
Thanks for
Savan?
DMing. Yes, yes.
Are you gonna need a week off after that, or?
I'm.
Well, here. Let me stop the stream before you
I
start.
might not.
All right. Thanks for anyone who tuned in, and we will talk to you later.